What's going on, my friends? It's Dave Sharpe. Welcome to Wake Up Legendary, a legendary Wake Up Legendary after the Super Bowl. My friends, please help me welcome to the show the man, the myth, the legend himself, Ryan Halpert. Ryan, holy smokes. Happy weekend. You feeling better, dude? Or week, I guess, from an amazing weekend, but I know you were down and out a little bit. Were you up for the Super Bowl and the halftime show yesterday?
I did. I saw the Super Bowl. I saw the halftime show. I'm feeling pretty good today. I've pretty much fully recovered from what I'd consider to be a heavy cold. But, yeah, I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah, me too. Halftime show yesterday. A lot of feedback from that. Some people loved it. Some people didn't. They not like us. They not like us. I don't know. I just had a little moment right there. It was a moment for me, the whole thing. I mean, a dynasty was taken down in the Kansas City Chiefs while Tom Brady was calling the game. And then Kendrick Lamar came out, crushed the Super Bowl halftime show, in my opinion, and absolutely put a dagger in the back of one of my favorite artists of all time, Drake. That was tough. That was a tough pill to swallow for me, to see such an icon get absolutely obliterated in that rap beef battle. That's just my opinion. What say you?
Man, you know, it's a lot of areas where I'm not super fully immersed. I can tell you this, though. The the halftime show I thought was really, really good. I like Kendrick Lamar and a lot of his music, so I thought it was really, really good. Becca was on the couch next to me, and she says, "Oh, this is awful. This is terrible. Why would they put this as a halftime show?" And I'm like, "You don't know." And she's like, "I don't know any of these songs." I'm like, "You don't know any of these songs? Like, do you have TikTok or social media? You know, you don't know any of these?"
Well, hey, I wonder if we could bring in our legendary hip hop correspondent, Jalen. Could we potentially bring in our hip hop correspondent, Jalen, to the show? Jalen, as many of you may know, Jalen is our videographer. What did you think about the Super Bowl, but in particular the halftime show?
I thought the halftime show was the highlight of the evening because the game was pretty obviously lopsided. I understand where people were upset because it wasn't too much of a performance, like a production with like the background dancers and like the camera work. But I feel like you bring Kendrick Lamar in just because you want the bars. You don't want all of the. It's not Usher. Like you want just the music, which I was very happy with. So
the lyrics, and did you say that you thought people were upset because there was not a lot of production or choreography? Because I thought there was an overwhelming amount of choreography. I mean, I thought the performance was as good as the bars.
Yeah, I agree with that. But from what I was hearing from like social media and other people, they were like, I guess because Usher was last year and that was like really over the top. People were kind of expecting that same level, but I thought the production was excellent.
Okay. Well, and you know what I also think is excellent? The legendary marketer video production. So everybody, let's give Jalen this is a digital standing ovation where you just, no, that's a round of applause. I'm sorry. But anyway, thank you also for your opinions on the halftime show. We'll see after the show.
Sure.
So, what does that have to do with marketing, my friends? It has everything to do with marketing. I mean, you saw some of the best commercials yesterday of the year. Now, I didn't see anything I didn't really dial in to the commercials that much, which is a lot of times the highlight, but I kind of had my kids running around and there was a bit going on. What did you think about some of the commercials? Did you get to check any of the marketing out weaved inside of the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I did. I actually watched all the commercials. I think I watched the commercials a little closer than I watched the game. The phone came out a little bit during the game. During the commercials, I was locked in. And I've always done that every year for the Super Bowl, kind of. I liked a lot of them. They weren't as funny as they've been in the past, but There was definitely some really good ones. Jeep or Ram had a really, really good one. They did this thing where it was like kind of a play on the Three Little Bears, which was like, like the Goldilocks thing, which was absolutely hilarious, but it was really, really cool. It was like first he went in the Ram 2500 and he went and it was a great commercial. And yeah, I mean, a lot of them were really, really good. They were all, very high production. They were all very.
Did anybody do any direct response marketing? Did they drive anybody to a landing page? Did they collect any data? My issue with commercial marketing and this is always us direct response marketers and online marketers, our issue with like ad agencies that charge hundreds of thousands of dollars for 30-second commercials is always that what really drives sales is copy. It's direct response, it's sales, and it's not kind of a 30-second commercial that just makes you feel entertained by it. Was there anybody who collected any data this year off of the TV by either driving them to a landing page? Did you notice anything like specific or odd or unique, which it shouldn't be unique, right? Because that's one of the only ways that you can track a commercial, right? A lot of podcasters do that. They give you a code that usually includes their name in it. Well, the reason why that is because that's one way that they can track all of the sales, and the company can track the sales that are coming from that particular podcaster. So even that has an element of tracking to it. So you can sort of track your results and determine if your advertising is actually working or not, right? If you were paying $50,000 for a slot on the Joe Rogan podcast, you would want to know, or 100,000. Who knows how much a slot is on some of these big name podcasts, let alone the Super Bowl, right? That's famously a multi-million-dollar ticket for merely seconds. So did you notice anything that was unique?
Yeah, there's two that come to mind. The first one, I can't remember the name of the company, but at the end they had a QR code come up and they wanted you to scan this. And this QR code, it lived in about halfway through the commercial. It popped up in the corner and it lived there. And then at the end, it blew up real big. It took up the whole screen. And you'd be able to, scan that with your phone, and then that would take you to a landing page. I didn't personally scan it, but it had a QR code that would come up, and there was another way. The other one was actually a Starbucks commercial that I thought was a little bit interesting, because what they did was it wasn't just your typical, hey, awareness, we exist type of advertisement. It was a very specific, in regards to today having free coffee because it's after Super Bowl, which I didn't know and wouldn't have known about if I didn't see the commercial. So
was that the Starbucks? I'm sorry, was that the Starbucks commercial or the Dunkin' Donuts commercial?
It was Starbucks. It was definitely
because I remember watching the Dunkin' Donuts. And by the way, friends, any one of these commercials you could YouTube today, a Starbucks Super Bowl commercial, and watch the commercial. So you can kind of listen to what we're saying and then make it make sense if you need to, if you don't remember the commercial. I saw the Dunkin' Donut commercial that had all the celebrities. I mean, from Bill Belichick and his new 24-year-old girlfriend to, I don't know. That's all I remember. But I remember saying, damn, there's a lot of big names in this commercial. But you're saying the Starbucks, they did something with a QR code?
No, that was the one prior to the Starbucks. So that was another. I don't remember the name of that company, but there was that particular one. They had a QR code come up, but Starbucks, they just had a very, very clear and very entertaining ad, but also very, very clear. They kind of had that deep voice. It was like drew you in. It was easy to watch and, good to listen to. And they had the good cinematics, the transitions to different things, the people working, the coffee pouring. And they had messaging behind it all about how today they have free coffee. And so, it was all about get to Starbucks tomorrow or today, right? It was a one-day ad, right? We're gonna run this ad today.
Look, so people start. So everybody's getting free coffee today is sort of what you're saying.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
That's
Starbucks
cool.
is running a free coffee promo just today.
I wonder if they're going to collect email addresses today or something like that. It might even be worth it. Duh, they're giving away free coffee to go there and see what are they doing to capitalize on this, or what is it just we're going to really dump some cash into these 2 days, both with a Super Bowl commercial and then the very next day with having people come. But wouldn't that be amazing to build an email list of 100 million people in a day, or some sort of right? Like, boy, that's getting stuff done, right? A lot of people are talking about this sloth commercial. Is this it, friends? Is it the top one, right? Coors Light.
I've seen this one. Yeah.
Commercial.
Yep. This was one that aired yesterday.
Is this it right here?
Monday, what a game last night.
Monday, so good to me. Monday morning, it was all I hoped it would be. Oh, Monday morning, you gave me no warning of what was to be. Monday, can't trust that day. Monday, sometimes it just turns out that way.
Tomorrow, we'll all have a case of the Mondays. So Coors Light made a better case to help you chill. Get a case of the Mondays.
Coors Light brings chill to sloth. Like Case of Mondays in Super Bowl ad. The day after the big game, it's easy to feel like a sloth. They perfectly capture that Case of the Mondays feeling. Coors Light shows just how slow a Case of the Mondays really can be. In the spot, football fans experience the dreaded Monday after the national football season is over. But in this Case of the Mondays, it just so happens each one of these fans is a sloth. The Monday after the Super Bowl has got to be the Monday-est Monday of the year. All those drinks and carbs you feasted on for hours the day before, keep your eyes shut and your body feeling like cinder blocks. Coors Light agrees and perfectly personifies this particular Monday in its 2025 Super Bowl commercial.
Nice. Okay. I like that. Let's see the Starbucks one. Okay. Wow. See, you put in Starbucks and right there is Dunkin' Donuts, dude. How'd they do that?
That's crazy. That's impressive, actually. That's quite impressive,
dude. For real. I mean, wow. Starbucks. It doesn't even have wow. So, okay, that's 5 days ago, dude. The Starbucks commercial is like not even coming up. Is this it?
Yeah, that looks like it. This doesn't look like it.
Darts and darkness.
Is this it?
Yeah, this is it. It didn't start that way, but yeah.
Suddenly, out of the darkness, Gucci. Beans built for shots pulled. Espresso shaking and shaking and shaking and shaking and shaking 10 times, no more, no less. 165-degree milk poured into a double shot of dark magic, and that's the good stuff. This is the story of coffee and company, inspired by Italy, reimagined in Seattle. So, our baristas are ready. The world's best beans are ready. A little pick-me-up in your cup is ready. That feeling that only the perfect sip can give you is ready. The Starbucks you love is ready. Hello again.
Starbucks has aired its Super Bowl commercial 2025 with the motto, "Hello again." Starbucks is one of the advertiser of Super Bowl 2025.
All right, now we're going to get the big, long breakdown. What do you think of that? I mean, was that it?
That was the whole thing. Yeah, I seem to remember it a little bit differently. I wonder if they had a couple.
Welcome to Jump.
Maybe, but that was it. Yeah.
Let's look at this Dunkin' Donuts one, man, real quick, back to back, because I mean this one just seems to be. Let's check it out.
Legend. Battle of the coffee brand bands.
This ain't the Dunkings. Where the hell are Matt and Tom?
Forget them suckers. Matt Damon and Tom Brady don't have the heart of a champion. We got a new squad, Dunkings sequel. Affleck and Belichick. Dunkings! A little more spirit on the, on the charge next time. We got a fourth Dunking too coming. Oh my God.
Hey, man.
Is that coffee? What are you doing in there?
I'm just trying to find the character.
We got to battle the barista buds.
I'm all in for Duncan.
You should have paid for Matt. I told you that.
Dunkings, about to get roasted.
Like a dark seasonal roast with coriander and slight balsamic drizzle.
Sounds like what's in my garbage disposal.
See you, coach. How much to wait a half hour to get my name spelled wrong on the cup?
Nobody wants a goat milk double half calf soy milk cap. You could just brew it. It's beans and water.
Oh, damn. Listen, Dunkin's for all of you. America runs on Dunkin'.
God, what are they just try? Are they just? I mean, is it really funny, or are they just trying to capitalize on the the whole Bill Belichick thing with the 24-year-old girlfriend? I don't know. It's just kind of. I didn't love that. I didn't. It's like you really like pay attention to the storyline. It's like I don't want to think that hard when I'm watching a freaking commercial.
Yeah. It's. I personally, I just don't. I mean, I see the value in doing like an awareness based, just like, hey, let's just remind them we exist type of thing. But I don't see the value in doing it to the degree of, $8 million for 30 seconds on the Super Bowl. You know?
Yeah,
what I mean?
and that's not including probably. I mean, that's not including the pain of the actors. Somebody said WeatherTech commercial.
Yeah, WeatherTech was. I remember the WeatherTech one. That was. Yeah, let's watch that one. That was a good one, I think.
All right. Cool. With the grandmas in the convertible.
I'll probably remember it once I see the thumbnail.
Catch a motor running.
Yeah.
Looking for adventure and whatever comes our way. Yeah, I gotta go make it
B12.
Bingo! Don't worry, girls. I've got WeatherTech. Born to be wild.
For whatever comes your way, there's a WeatherTech.
Holy shit, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was awesome. I mean, that's edutainment, baby. I mean, and it's just really like, it's almost like the magic of the progressive in the Geico commercials where they've got like the, why would they tell a story that's like totally unrelated in the commercial? It's because it kind of catches you off guard and you're really like enthralled, and then they hit you with the branding right when you're in total hypnosis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why we always say stop pitching in your videos, stop pitching in your social media videos, because if the moment that you pitch, you sort of break that trance state, that really passive hit, it really truly is. When you're watching TV or a show, you're in light hypnosis. You're in a light trance, and you have no buyer defenses up. You're not thinking, you're chilling. It makes you want to hang out with the grannies for sure. Kim in the house. It makes you want to hang out with them, right? In this particular commercial. And then she validates and shouts out WeatherTech, and kind of that small little, the T dropping on, that's all it was. That was the branding for the commercial, like, or the product, I guess. And everything else was just culture and coolness. And that was exactly what Steve Jobs nailed back in the day with Apple. I think that's, in a way, that's what we've nailed here with Legendary, because we're not the only ones that are teaching online marketing. I mean, come on, right? I mean, this is not, we're not the only, we're not inventing anything here, but it's about culture. It's about personality. And that's what we talk about when we mean that's the edutainment part, or that's the entertainment part of this whole process, is making it kind of a little bit interesting and funny. And that was a really, really epic example of a professional ad agency pulling off a really kick-ass commercial.
Yeah, no, I would agree. And they actually had a call to action at the end of it too, which was, something we didn't see for most of the commercials. So there's
let's go back and
yeah, I'm just referring to the website and the brand name coming across the top. Really is mainly
for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, and she said WeatherTech, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, then they also have
For whatever comes your way, there's a WeatherTech.
Wow. And did you see that? WT, I mean, weathertech.com, and then they also own WT.com. Now, that's one of the problems that I've always had, and this is something to think about, is that if you're giving a call to action like they just did off of a commercial or something, man, a phone number or the website has to be memorable. You can't expect people to remember it. So they bought, and I'm sure they paid a pretty penny for it, WT, right? For weathertech.com. You saw them right there at the very end. They just brought it.
Yeah. It takes you right to it too. I just searched it.
Yeah, but I mean, if you
Wait, there's a WeatherTech.
If you guys are potentially wanting to say your domain name in your videos versus always say link in bio or having to try to send people up, you may want to begin to brand your domain name. Just something to think about. Marketing is a test. This commercial is a test. I don't know that they've ever ran commercials with the WT, how recent of an acquisition that domain name was, but something to think about instead of always forcing, or, what if you just had a simple domain name that you could just pound into the heads of your audience because you say it over and over again? That's what that made me think of, Ryan.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's something I would definitely explore maybe with your videos too, because you don't even have to say your domain, go to my website or any of that stuff. You can just have something. It's kind of like when you see some other creators doing some stuff on a hat or on a t-shirt or on a little sign on the background, right? They have a thing displayed there that all of a sudden you can see, where maybe you spin the camera and you just point at this thing for them to click on. So that's an interesting take, and that's worth testing. That's one of that would be something that I personally haven't even tried. So not that I haven't said my website before in my content, but I haven't really tested it to the extent of, let me see if this works as a more viable call to action. And on a commercial, that's the only option they have, right? There's not a, even if you're on a YouTube video, you could still click,
Yeah, you have to say it. So the simpler the domain name, but that concept, my friends, there's little nuggets that we can pull out of these that remind us of little things that we can try, right? And that's why I like to analyze these the day after the Super Bowl. Becca's dropped in homes.com. Let's check this one out here real quick.
So, I hear some of you are concerned about the fact that I'm taking over the company from my great uncle. Well, rest assured, company's in great hands. Hit the vid, Marcy.
Now?
Yeah, now. We're bringing together the nation's agents in a super comprehensive agent directory.
You know he bought a helicopter.
Gathering up-close, detailed info on neighborhoods. And hiring top experts to get you insider info on local schools.
What y'all think? Smash or not?
Nah!
You got Wheezy for this?
Exciting, right?
Who want to see what 100 G's look like?
Homes.com. We've done your homework. Now that is worth celebrating.
I love it.
Thank you.
Homework. Very clever. Very
Drink
clever.
up, everybody.
Ding dong.
Homes.com.
Yeah, there was a few homes.com ones. That was one of them.
Was there?
Yeah, there was a small variety of them. But there was one with Morgan Freeman in it too. But they were all similar in the sense to where they were very entertaining. They had the homes.com displayed all throughout the commercial.
All right, is this the Morgan Freeman one?
That looks like it. Yeah.
I told you. Because it's, and this you need looking for some. We were all looking for some place to call home. But first you need a place to look for, a place to call home. And that's homes.com because it's the best.
I told you. You cannot legally say homes.com is the best.
What if she says it as Morgan Freeman?
Homes.com. I can get this. Whole.com.
No.
Well, how can we not say it if that's our new name? Homes.com is the best.com.
Homes.com has aired its Super Bowl commercial 2025 featuring Morgan Freeman, Dan Levy, and Heidi.
Wow.
I tell you what, though, even this guy, what's the name of the channel of this guy uploading all of these clips? Because this guy is
smart. Super Bowl commercials. I mean,
Super Bowl commercials is the channel name.
He's made a whole damn. What's going on here? He's got 15 one days. I mean, he basically just. Let's even see if this channel oldest. Well, 2 years ago. Looks like he's been doing he does this at each commercial. Smart.
And he's capitalizing it on something that a lot of people are going to be searching for.
My God.
I mean, he's working. He's not watching the game. He's working.
Oh, great freaking point to point that out, dude. Holy shit.
I mean,
that is an amazing observation. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I mean, that's a hell of a strategy, hell of a niche. And then I'm just curious, what links does he have at the top of his channel? What's is he got some kind of, so he's got another YouTube
funny commercials review. So he's just got commercials review, 7,500 subscribers. He's got funny commercials review with 5.5 thousand subscribers. He's got BC Films,
Tina,
4,000 subscribers. Best of Super Bowl commercials. He seems to be kind of mixing stuff on.
Which Super Bowl ad is your favorite? Tell us in the.
It's just somebody who probably has a small content team, man. And they're just like, for example, I got a buddy. He actually spoke at one of our earlier legendary marketer masterminds, and he owns a channel. He bought a channel. He bought a YouTube channel for like $1 million. And it came with a team. It came with an outsourced team out in the Philippines or something. And they basically, it's a YouTube channel that has like old 60s, 50s and 60s, like I Love Lucy clips and stuff like that. And this content team just cuts up content all day long and just uploads it onto the thing. And it brings in, it brings in YouTube AdSense money, which is probably what he's doing. I mean, we can go back over here to his other channel that we were just watching, the Super Bowl commercial, or probably any channel. Doesn't look like he has links in here. He's not particularly doing affiliate marketing from what I can tell. He's probably just trying to capitalize on what, and this is what a lot of you may not know, is that on top of money that you can make from whatever you're promoting in your video, YouTube, if you turn on advertising, which you're not going to see advertising here on my particular account because I've got premium, so it shows no ads. But an account like this, you turn on advertising, let's see how many, let's look at his channel here. And his channel's got 5.2 million views since February 13th of 2022. It's not an incredible amount. He's probably not making a lot, if any, money from this channel yet. Honestly, he may. It's probably minimal, but that seems to be what his strategy is. Let's see this BC Films page.
Tina.
See if he's doing. Let's look at his most popular videos. So you can hack any page within 30 seconds. Here's his most popular video, 1.95 years ago. A lot of commercials. It's all commercial stuff. Kadunk's Doodle. Now let's see if he's actually got an affiliate, a product or a toy. No, doesn't have jack shit. There's no the Black Dojo. He's linking up.
Tina.
It's the same account. It doesn't seem that this guy has any strategy except that he's hoping that a video will go viral. This may even be the guy right here. Who knows? And he's just going to get paid AdSense, which is so many basically pennies for every 1,000 views. Do you see anything different than my assessment?
No, not at all. Not at all. What I see there is somebody that probably doesn't know any better, because there's so many people who think that, I got to get paid for the ads. That's the way, right? And
a lot of this is AI video too, dude. Oh, AI generated. Okay, he's saying that it's AI. He doesn't know any better. He's just uploading videos. It's a hobby, but he's not really monetizing them. It's a lot of work. There are a lot of short. Well, this page has 24,000 subscribers. Let's look at his. Yeah, I mean, he had a couple of videos that got a few million views, and he probably got a little tickle in his pickle and thought he was going to be a YouTuber. But he's probably made minimal money. He's been doing it for 5 years. If he had started doing the way that we teach it 5 years ago, he may have a brand and an email list and may have something to show for it. But I doubt he has anything to show for honestly.
Yeah.
That's just my professional expert opinion. But who am I?
Yeah, right. Yeah, hell, this guy. But no, there's a lot of channels like this. I kind of see this, and it almost hurts my heart a little bit when I see these, because it's like, man, you had some really, really great videos that I really enjoyed, and a lot of other people really did, but you just didn't have the pieces in place to capture it. Each one of these videos, you'll get a little ad spend revenue, and it's kind of, everybody wants passive income, right? So it'll be passive in the sense where, I uploaded this 5 years ago and I still get paid for it. But you have to get, YouTube pays based on an RPM is kind of how ads work. So you might get $5 for every 1,000 views, right? Which at the end of the day isn't a lot, right? And it's going to vary by your industry. So I think he's got a really, really good views strategy, which is, right, I'm going to capitalize, right? I'm going to make a fully SEO optimized branded page. Super Bowl commercials is the page. It's going to be Super Bowl commercials the day of or after the Super Bowl. And I'm going to be the first one to get this content out. And there's going to be a lot of search volume. That's smart. That's really, really intelligent to try to capitalize on that. But
it is better. you could do it every year, and it's like probably after a couple of years it might pick up some momentum. It's maybe a little project you do on the side. But I mean, honestly, if you had a solid business that was running an affiliate marketing business, or you were, creating your own course or doing coaching, you would not mess with this. You would not mess with this. And nor are we going to do anything except watch just a couple of 1-minute videos on his channel and then never go back again. We're never going to go back. We're going to forget about him here within an hour. And he didn't get our email. He's not going to get our subscribe, nothing. Right. So, that kind of sucks for him that he just basically did a bunch of work, so that's why you got to be strategic in the content you're creating, the niche that you're going into. It's like, what's your plan? We take you guys through the business. We take you guys through the challenge, and then have you build a business plan so you can have a freaking plan. And so you don't just go out onto the internet, and this is what so many people do. They create something, and then people give them a little bit of attention for it. And then they're just like, oh, okay, I'll just do more of that. Right. And you see it every day. This is happening all the time on the internet now. People are putting up videos and then they go viral, and then they're like, oh yeah, now I'm going to be an online YouTuber or whatever. And it's like, that becomes their life. They're filming videos every day, but they have no plan. They're just hoping that maybe they get some brand deals, or maybe, and that's cool. Start creating content. I don't think you shouldn't start creating content, but shouldn't you also have a plan? It's sort of like, yeah, okay, if you wanted to build a house, would it be cool to just walk out into the forest somewhere and be like, I'm going to build a house here and figure it all out? And wouldn't that be a cool story one day? Hell yeah, it would, if you actually got it built. But wouldn't it be better to just have a freaking blueprint and just have a nice plot of land and just do it with the help of professionals, and know that when you walk into that there's going to be a launch day, that you're going to be able to live in it and use it, and it's going to last, and that's the difference, in my opinion, between having a plan and not having a plan. And that's why they've always said, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Yeah. No, I agree with that.
You can smoke it.
I agree with that 100%. Yeah, I think, any one of us could go out there and talk about Super Bowl commercials today. Right? Any one of us in any niche, we would find a way to just kind of make that connection. Right. And that's where you'd be able to kind of leverage this thing and make it applicable to your plan, right? Kind of reinventing the wheel and starting over every time. Kind of like what this guy we were talking about is doing, which is like, oh, Super Bowl, that's a trending thing. Let me start a channel. Right now we got Valentine's Day coming up. When is that? A couple days. So, let me start promoting some flower stuff real quick, right? There's some people that kind of make affiliate marketing and online business sound like it's supposed to be that way, where it's like, oh, I'm just going to find the most trending and hottest products right now. And that's not really a strategy I've ever really found to work personally. But as far as the topics go and kind of leveraging those in the marketplace and making it relevant to what you're doing, that works, right?
And that's exactly what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
And that's the difference in having a strategy and a real business. We're using trends today, the Super Bowl, to grow our business. It's just something that we can use as an analogy. We can hop on the bandwagon of what is happening within the last 24 hours, but we don't have to follow that rabbit down a trail of, oh, now I'm going to go just create YouTube videos about, because maybe people really like this conversation. Maybe whether you guys like this conversation or not doesn't mean that I'm now going to start talking about commercials or Super Bowl or rap music or anything like that. I still have a business plan, and is all we do in marketing is we use trends to try to grow our business. And a lot of times right now, today, you all could be creating content about the Super Bowl, about Super Bowl commercials, about your opinions, about what happened, and use those trends to grow your business. Forget the commercials and the hype of everybody's making their money. Starbucks is building their list today. They're getting their paper. Dunkin' Donuts is getting their paper, right? The NFL got their paper. The Philadelphia Eagles are getting their paper, and so are the losers, the Kansas City Chiefs. What are you getting? Right? That's the question. What are you getting today? And that's the difference between somebody who's watching passively and somebody who's a marketer. And that's why you guys got to learn these marketing and sales skills. Whether you're a doctor, whether you're a lawyer, whether you're an accountant, you'll never grow your business. You may offer a service, but you'll never grow it until you learn marketing and sales. And specifically today, online marketing. Exactly what we're doing right now, using a trend inside of a live stream to create content with it. And, still reminding everybody that, look, you got to learn these skills. So go take our education and then go and build your channels and your brands in a way that's going to make you money instead of a way that's going to give you false hope that you're going to get a bunch of followers or whatever and have a business, when in reality, you can't ever cash any likes or any followers, my friends. You can never take those to the bank. Views you can't take to the bank. I see a lot of people who get a lot of views on videos. What impresses me more is if you come to me and say, Dave, I've made $5,000 a month over the last year with an Instagram audience of 5,000 people and an email list of 500 people. And that's possible. And that's honestly a better business than a business with millions of followers where you're doing cash grabs or trying to rely on them watching views and having YouTube pay you for that. This branding strategy of selling information and delivering edutainment and doing it in the way that we teach inside of the challenge and inside of the blueprints and at our mastermind, our system, our process, it just works better than anything else out there. And everybody who's not a massive corporation is doing it. All the people who are making money online right now and have a decent lifestyle or a great lifestyle are selling courses, they're selling information, they're selling coaching. Very few of them are building empires from selling trinkets. I was talking to a buddy last night, about, selling t-shirts and all this kind of stuff. Look, like you may make a couple of bucks here or there on some of that stuff, but you ain't going to build no real business, and you aren't going to build a long-term business like you can here when you build an audience, you nurture that audience, you build an email list, and then you follow up and market to that list and those people the way that we teach you. So final thoughts to you, my brother, and then we'll wrap.
Yeah, no, I mean, you hammered it all really pretty well there, and I think the key point of what you mentioned there is that what we teach and what we're doing is what everybody who's making money online is doing, right? There's ways to capitalize and ways to really identify when you put your marketing glasses on to observe things. You're going to see things in the world all around you all of a sudden that are just, marketing things that can then be connected to whatever it is that you talk about, right? Whether it be a Super Bowl commercial, or whether it be a reference in a TV show, or something that, they put on the dashboard of your car, or whatever it is, right? There's everywhere you look, there's going to be little branding and marketing things that are designed to get you to think, or designed to remind you of a certain company or that somebody exists. And so there's infinite creative ways to do this. But you always want to be focused on that one main core thing. So
tomorrow we're going to be talking about 4 specific things on top of some of the tips that we've talked about today. We want you to obviously to understand how to use trends and stuff or remind you, right, of how powerful. Like if you're looking for content today, maybe delay what you have post, ready for tomorrow and create something about the Super Bowl today, right? Like that would be an example. And maybe it does nothing, but maybe it crushes and really takes off and gets some exposure for you. Either way, tomorrow, we're actually going to be talking about 4 specific reasons why you're stuck. We're advertising that training today a little bit, but wanted to do some Super Bowl breakdowns. And tomorrow, we're going to have a handout for you. We're going to be talking about 4 specific reasons why you're stuck, you're just gonna want to tune into this. We'll go over those things line by line. You'll be able to identify with a few, if not all of them, I'm sure, if you feel like you're stuck, and we'll give you a solution to kind of breaking free from that and not continuing to feel like you are stuck. If you feel right now like you're piling up on the notes and you've got a lot of knowledge that's swirling around in your head, but you want somebody to help you to kind of make it practical, put it into action, and help you hold yourself accountable, or you think you may want a coach or an accountability mentor to help hold you accountable, to hold your feet to the fire, you can discuss that with us, and we'll give you some tips. We'll talk to you about what's working for our clients. And of course, we'll tell you about what we can do for you that may help. We'll give you 30 free minutes down and dirty. You can go to legendarymarketer.com/dirty30, and we'll get down and dirty for 30 minutes with you about your business and see how we can help and see how we can get you both accountable, but also just not feeling stuck. And that will work wonderfully with what we're going to talk about tomorrow. So Ryan, I'll see you back here tomorrow for another episode, my brother.
I will see you then. I'll be here.
All right. We'll talk to you then. All right, my friends, we will see you all back here tomorrow for another episode as well. Get out of here. Have a fantastic day, and enjoy the unique opportunity to be able to capitalize on a trend like the Super Bowl, and while everybody else is only talking about it today. Be legendary, my friends. Get out of here. Have a great day. Peace.